larger audience. And without further ado, Elias Krell.
Thank you, Christopher. I have never called you by your full name. I don't know why I just did. Hi, everyone. My name's Elias. I just finished a record. I'm going to play the whole record for you tonight. How do you feel about that? It's called EXO. And think of it as kind of a hug and a kiss to myself. That's that's kind of what art is, I guess. So this song is actually called Crazy, and it's on my previous record. So disregard everything I just said. Here we go. It's been hours, it's been days, and doubt's my only friend when it comes to visit me. I'm always on my knees. Ba-da-dee-dee. Ba-da-dee-dee. Probably sitting in your perfect house. Its walls made of clay. Probably sinking next to your ancestors. You're probably sleeping in her bed. Ba-da-doo-day. Ba-da-doo-da-doo-doo-day. And who's gonna fail me now if you can't even do that? Who's gonna run her hand through my hair? Call me crazy. Mi único amigo es la duda que siempre me encuentra en la rodilla. Thank you. Let's do a little quick old tuning. I'm so excited to be here. I haven't been here since I lived here. And it's kind of a strange thing to come back to a place after living there and then not living there anymore. It's really beautiful here. And the people here are awesome. So this next song is it's on their new record. It's called Thank You, Mr. Simons. And last year, my mom is amazing. She saved my first grade teacher's notes about me for like 30 something years. And I just remembered that he was a really cool guy. Like, I remembered liking my teacher a lot. But then when I read the notes, I was like, oh my gosh, he totally saw me. So it was very affirming. So I wrote this song. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm really a stickler for tuning because it actually sounds way better when it's in tune. Funnily enough. Anyway, It's one of my favorite songs on the new record. Imagine it in like pop punk format.
Tries very hard at everything in physical education, has tried ever so hard at swimming. She's written many lovely stories this year, a very charming and emotional girl, tending to be extremely happy or rather sad. Thank you, Mr. Simons, for seeing who I am. She enjoys reading and has progressed so well. She's well ahead of her chronological age and has a good vocabulary. Her reading abilities have helped her to write confidently and with style. Her spelling is excellent. She's written many lovely stories this year and organizes her day very well, but is easily distracted and upset by other children. Thank you, Mr. Simons, for saying it so well. Contributes well to class discussion. Loves listening to stories and not instructions. Finds it difficult to maintain friendships with other children. Almost trying too hard to win their affection. She's written many lovely stories this year, a very charming and emotional girl, tending to be extremely happy or rather sad. But her work is a credit to her and I shall miss her. Thank you, Mr. Simons, for being who you were. Thank you. Thank you. I like to write lots of different kinds of songs and play lots of different kinds of songs. This is actually a song by Connie Converse. For those of you who don't know, she's she may be the originator of like heartfelt pop music. She wrote in the 40s and 50s, and then one day got in her Volkswagen Golf. I also have a Volkswagen Golf. Maybe that's why I feel like connected to her. But she just drove away one day and was never heard of again. This is called Two Tall Mountains. In between two tall mountains Don't see why they call it lonesome. I'm never lonesome. Now I live there. See that brook running by my kitchen door. Well, it couldn't talk no more if it was you. See that brook running by my kitchen door. Well, it couldn't talk no more if it was you. See that bird sitting on my windowsill. Well, he's singing whippoorwill all the night through. And up that tree, there's sort of a squirrel thing. Sounds just like we did when we were quarreling. In the yard, I keep a pig or two. They drop in for dinner like you used to do. And I don't stand in the need of company with everything I see talking like you. Up that tree, there's sort of a squirrel thing. Sounds just like we did when we were quarreling. You may think you left me all alone, but I can hear you talk without a telephone. I don't stand in the need of company with everything I see talking like you. See that brook running by my kitchen door. Well, it couldn't talk no more if it was you. And see that bird sitting on my windowsill. Well, he's singing whippoorwill all the night through. Just whippoorwill all the night through. In between two tall mountains, there's a place they call lonesome. Don't see why they call it lonesome. I'm never lonesome. Now I live there. Thank you. So I'm half Latin American on my mom's side, and I try to write songs in Spanish as much as I can. I'm not as fluent as I am in English, so it's a little intimidating to try and write poetry in a language that you're not fluent in. So I wrote this kind of list song. I like to say it's my version of my favorite things from Sound of Music. Me gusta la nieve que caiga hoy, el chocolate caliente, la taza y mi pecho y la cerveza que toma mi perro cuando saque entre la lengua. Du, 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 du. Me fascina el viento que camina por la camisa, una mano abierta cuando los demás se acercan y necesitamos mucho menos de que piensan. No somos tan frágiles de lo que nos cuentan. Esto no es una canción de amor, simplemente es una canción del gusto. Una hormiga en el invierno guarde y cuide la comida, un gusano que se muere da el cuerpo a todos los amigos y una caca que clara el corredor y nada se gasta en el mundo. La basura es una isla que nos lleve a quién sabe, que nos lleve a quién sabe. Gracias. I'm so beyond honored and grateful to be the first Upstream Live performer here. I'm really excited to see what else, what is next for this series. I know they have the next many months booked, and just really excited to see what happens with this series, and grateful to be here. This next song is Chris Stapleton song. You guys know, probably, some of you probably know him. Yes, he's just incredible. And the song moved me because it's about that point in a relationship where you know that it's over, but there's kind of this stasis that sets in where it's well, we could just keep doing this. We could, we both know it's not working, but there's a kind of, I just learned this law in physics where something that stays static tends to stay still, and things that are moving tend to keep moving. This is called Either Way. We passed in the hall on our way to separate rooms. The only time we ever talk is when the monthly bills are due. We go to work, we go to church, we fake the perfect life. Past the point of giving damns, and all my tears are cried. We could just go on like this. Say the word, we'll call it quits. Baby, you can go, or you can stay. But I won't love you either way. It's been so long since I felt anything inside these walls. You can't hate when you can't hurt, when you don't feel it all. I used to cry and stay up nights and wonder what went wrong. And it's been hard, but hearts can only do that for so long. We can just go on like this. Say the word, we'll call it quits. Baby, you can go, or
Thank you. It's a sad song. This next song is a happy song. Sometimes you write a song and it just kind of moves you for like that day. And then sometimes it moves you for a week. And this next song, pretty much play it whenever I'm feeling sad and it makes me feel better. So it's called Most of the Time. It's on the new record. So was Either Way. I was leaving my house to go meet some friends, and I realized for the first time, I'd lived there for like a year, but I realized that I could turn the light on so that when I got back and it was dark, I could see where I was going. And then the song just like came like all of a sudden. I heard the melody, and I wrote it in like 5 minutes, most of it. So it's called Most of the Time. I already said that, sorry. Oh yeah, I gotta retune. Come on in. Welcome. Hi. On the record, it's got upright bass and percussion. Kind of sounds like a Patsy Cline tune. It's really great. Okay. I can leave my own light on. I know where I'm coming from most of the time. I don't need anyone waiting for me at home, and I can eat my own vegetables. I can work out my own core most of the time. I don't need anyone to make me feel whole, but every once in a while fall down that rabbit hole, and it can take several months feeling sufficiently numb and dumb till I can take my own dress off and turn the shower on, make it steamy on my own. Yeah, I can take my own dress off and turn the shower on, make it steamy on my own. But he or she will be in there with me, and if I'm really lucky, I'll get a they most of the time. For as long as they'll have me, and I can leave my own light on. I know just where I'm coming from most of the time. I don't need anyone waiting for me at home. Thank you. So I'm going to play a couple more, and then we're going to take a little break. And then I'm going to play some of these things. This is a song from the previous record. It was made famous by a Costa Rican singer named Chabela Vargas.
Uno se despide insensiblemente de pequeñas cosas, lo mismo que un árbol que en tiempo de otoño se queda sin hojas. Al fin la tristeza es la muerte lenta de las simples cosas. Esas cosas simples que quedan doliendo en el corazón. Uno vuelve siempre a los viejos sitios donde amó la vida, y entonces comprende cómo están de ausentes las cosas queridas. Por eso, muchacha, no partes ahora soñando el regreso, que el amor es simple y las cosas simples las devora el tiempo. Demórate aquí en la luz mayor de este mediodía, donde encontrarás con el pan al sol la mesa tendida. Por eso, muchacha, no partes ahora soñando el regreso, que el amor es simple y las cosas simples las devora el tiempo. Demórate aquí en la luz mayor de este mediodía, donde encontrarás con el pan al sol la mesa tendida. Por eso, muchacha, no partes ahora soñando el regreso, que el amor es simple y las cosas simples las devora el tiempo. Uno vuelve siempre a los viejos sitios.
Thank you. This is an old blues song by Anonymous. It's called Lay Me Down.
Lay me down a pallet on your floor. Lay me down a pallet on your floor.
Lay me down a pallet on your floor. When I'm broke and I got nowhere to go.
Been hanging around these good time friends of mine. Hanging around these good time friends of mine.
They
treat me really nice and kind when I have $1 and a dime. The way I'm sleeping, my back and shoulders tired. The way I'm sleeping, my back and shoulders tired. Come tomorrow, I'll be satisfied if I can catch a fast train and ride. Wearing blues everywhere I see. Wearing blues everywhere I see. Come tomorrow, no one ever had the blues like me. So lay me down a pallet on your floor. Lay me down a pallet on your floor. Lay me down a pallet on your floor. 'Cause babe, I'm broke and I got nowhere to go.
Thanks so much. We're just going to take like a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with Upstream Live at Hanover Strings.
Tough call.
Gee, I wonder where I could find a pick in a music store. What thickness and girth and color would you like? Oh my goodness, a plethora of picks. Thank you. Yes, this is very good. Very good. Hanover Strings is, are we live? Because I'm about to do like a free commercial for you. Hanover Strings is my favorite music store of all time. Because people know what the fuck they're doing. Ooh, can I swear? And they're also really nice. That's all. My name's Elias Krell. Hopefully I can find that pic in my bra later. This is the title track from my new record, XO, which I'm super proud of. It was recorded in Rhinebeck, New York. No shade to Vermont. I'm sure there's amazing recording studios here. I just know someone in New York, and that's why that happened. But yeah, it's I wanted to write a song from the perspective of like the other woman. Y'all know that Nina Simone song, the other woman, that didn't make you hate her, because I'm kind of interested in like anti-heroes. I do not condone cheating, however. I think it's a terrible idea. No one should do it. And I didn't do it, for the record. But it is nevertheless about having feelings for someone who is married. And yeah, I tried to kind of do a good job of representing that. So y'all can be the judge of that. This is called XO.
The love of my life is married. The love of my life is married. I know what you're gonna say, but what if I'm right? What if he is? The love of my life has a baby. I'm not a threat to her. He'll always put her first. It's not even a question. I don't get turned on by cheating. I do believe in right and wrong, but must they always only be competing? Well, it's gonna be your call for sure. When we talk, it's like a circus, and Chuck E. Cheese came together, but without the gross brownies, or the pit of balls that hurts when you fall in. A giant jungle gym. Is that what talking is? Maybe you're sitting on your couch, watching TV with your baby, your arm around her, a kiss on her temple. This human being that you made with someone else to whom you're married, of whom you never speak to me. And you have a window, a medium to small sized window with wood paneling that's fading, and through the four foggy panes see me dancing in the rain like I've always done, just for fun. I'll be playing in the garden, I'll be swinging on a swing. I have always loved to swing set since I was a kid. They're gonna shut the fair down. I'll be playing in the raindrops, I'll be singing from my skin. I have always been quite partial to windows, medium to small sized windows with wood paneling. It's fading, and through the four foggy panes there's a carousel and ice cream, a cinema that shows indies, and they got food that's good for us, and food that's fun to eat. And the more we walk, the more games spring up around our feet. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Thank you. It's called EXO from the new record. It has a little carousel. There's a carousel in Brooklyn, if anybody has ever knows Jane's Carousel in Brooklyn, right by the Williamsburg Bridge. And so the carousel actually comes out at the end of that song while I'm doing the and it's I like it. So I'm a professor. I teach. I used to teach here at Dartmouth. That's how I know these guys. And now I teach at Vassar College. Hey guys. Now I teach at Vassar College in a women's studies department, and I'm the only trans faculty or staff member out of like 500 people. So sometimes I get tired of like teaching what I am and being the only one of what I am. And so one day I just got home and I was like, damn, I'm so tired. I feel like I can feel my bones are tired. Like, you know, when you're like bone tired. And I started thinking about animals and how much better they are at resting than we are. This is called Barren Snail. just slither, slide away. And if I were a duck, you'd never see my eyes at all. I'd be three kinds of tucked away while the rain was dripping down my waist, breathing the heat pouring out of me. 'Cause when I'm in the wild, I'm in your home. Deer and ticks and coyotes teach my body how to roam and how to rest when I'm alone. And if I were a bear, you could find me asleep most anywhere, with everything I need, just a couple swipes away from me, and I would probably last a day, like in those silly movies that they make. 'Cause when I'm in the wild, I'm in your home. When I'm in the wild, I'm in your home. Deer and ticks and coyotes who live in Hudson Valley teach my body how to roam and how to rest when I'm alone. If I were a snail, I'd rest right here. I'd slither, slide. Thank you.
How y'all doing? Feeling good? Good, okay. I got a little heavy there. Sorry about that. Music is so healing, is it not? You can feel absolutely anything, and then if you write a song about it, it's fine. All right, I think it's time for the music stand. If somebody would care to put that on stage for me. So I wrote this song here on the border of New Hampshire and Vermont. Thank you. And it was my attempt to write a top 40 country song. I wrote it with my friend Julie Beth, and it's called You're Gonna Love Me. I hope you like it.
You got that wild hair, don't care, look good in your underwear, work hard, play hard, not afraid to stare when you like what you see, and you seem to like me, 'cause you got me backlit in this little bar. All around me I see people falling in love. You look like you're 20, haven't thought about it much, but there's one thing I've learned, and history agrees, is you may not know it yet, but you're gonna love me. Your eyes trace lines around my V-neck. Don't know what my mind can do yet. My boots shaping strong calves, gonna make you wanna make me laugh. I'm clever as a witch, I'm shiny like I'm rich. You think it's love now, but babe, that's just my ass. All around me I see people falling in love. You look like you're 20, haven't thought about it much, but there's one thing I've learned, and history agrees, is you may not know it yet, but you're gonna love me, and ooh-wee, welcome to the magic, ooh-wee, I'm a little psychic. I wanna make you wanna make me laugh. You think it's love, yeah, what you feeling now? Ain't even half, mine's a magical world, and I'm witching for good. Let me show you how to love so you can love me like you should. All around me I see people falling in love. You look like you're 20, haven't thought about it much, but there's one thing I've learned, and history agrees, as you may not know it yet, but you're gonna love me, and ooh-wee, welcome to the magic, ooh-wee, I'm a little psychic. I'm gonna make you wanna make me laugh. You think it's love, yeah, what you feeling now? Ain't even half, mine's a magical world, and I'm witching for good. Let me show you how to love so you can love me like you should. Thank you. Anybody here a fan of the musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch? So this is a song that Tommy Gnosis sings to Hedwig. It's called Wicked Little Town. I'm sorry for I did not know. I was just a boy and you were so much more than any God could ever plan, more than a woman or a man. Now I understand how much I took from you. And when everything starts breaking down, you take the pieces off the ground and show this wicked town something beautiful and new. You think that luck has left you there, but maybe there's nothing up in the sky but air, and there's no mystical design, no cosmic lover pre-assigned. There's nothing you can find that cannot be found. And for all the changes you've been through, it seems the stranger's always you, alone again in some new wicked little town. Ah, 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 ah. And if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice, alone again through all the noise. It's a wicked little town. wicked little town. Thanks.
I love that musical. I saw it on Broadway. My sister took me, and she was staring at me the whole time because she knew how much I loved it. She was watching me instead of the musical because apparently I was like this the entire time. All right, now for something a little different. This might be my favorite song on the new record. It's about addiction, and I was dating someone who was dealing with addiction, and there's so many pitfalls you can fall into, I feel like, when writing about or talking about addiction. You know, you can kind of be patronizing, or you can kind of be blaming them or whatever it is, and the way that I kind of found to talk about it without falling into any of those pitfalls was to link it with the way that we can get addicted to people. Love is a form of addiction sometimes. And so this song's called Broken Boy. Broken boy, you don't know which way's up no more, lying on the floor. After one too many nights of one too many, nobody is keeping score. But if there was a contest for your life, I don't know if you're winning. Well, you could open me up in the morning, nurse me all afternoon. I'll be the last thing you lay down in bed, but it wouldn't be so good if I were the type to be drunk and smoked away. Hey, hey. Broken boy, what'd you go and make me love you for? Don't wanna be your friend no more. Just kidding. Broken hands of a hard-working man. You feel like fine grain sand. Paper you cut, open me up in the morning, nurse me all afternoon. I'll be the last thing you lay down in bed, but it wouldn't be so good. Mouths and bills don't feed and pay themselves. Then the best thing I could do would be to quietly leave. But you don't know what it's like when you lock eyes with me. I become a bottle rocket with the paper torn off, just waiting to get lit. I could kiss your face in the morning, spoon you all afternoon, nuzzle your neck the whole time we sleep, but it wouldn't be so good if I were the type to be drunk and smoked away. Thank you. All of these instruments were purchased here at Hanover Strings. Telling you, these guys are amazing. And if you don't know the Pilgrims, you should, because they are freaking fantastic. One of my favorite bands, in fact. And they are making a new music video. They're always making new music. So you should check them out. In case it wasn't clear, the people who run this shop have a band called the Pilgrims. Okay, I'm going to play a song by a Mexican singer named Carla Morrison, who is the bomb. Y'all should also check her out if you don't know her. This is called Eres Tú, and it's a love song.
Hoy desperté con ganas de besarte. Tengo una sed de acariciarte, enredarme en ti, no soltarte. Eres tan embriagante, eres tú, eres tú. Quiero contemplarte sin contar el tiempo, dibujarte con mis puros recuerdos, en mi mente marcarme tus labios, tus besos, estar aquí otro momento. Eres tú, eres tú, eres tú, eres tú. Me encanta verte, tenerte, abrazarte cuando estoy a un lado de ti. Todo lo bueno de mí florecer, eres tú, en imán de una preciosa energía. Es tu alma que envía señales a mi cuerpo, porque esté siguiendo ese aroma de ti que me invita al acecho. Eres tú, eres tú, eres tú, eres tú. Tenemos planes diferentes, pero tú siempre en mi mente, pues mis venas tan sutilmente disfrutan tanto quererte. Eres tú, eres tú, eres tú, eres tú.
Thank you guys so much. Upstream Live! This is so awesome. These lights are like magical. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. A good dream. This is called Star. It's also from the new record. And I'd like to dedicate it to people who are like committed to making their lives better. In whatever way they can, like, just we're supposed to be satisfied with everything that we have, but I also think it's important to, like, see some shit that you don't want anymore and then, like, change it.
Everyone's got something smart to say. Maybe it's the weed, maybe you've been reborn and you don't speak the language, but your ennui is unattractive and it doesn't pay the bills. Augur respect from your family and smacks of immigrant guilt, but you wanna be a star. A star. And it's not politically adroit or particularly smart. Some people will say that they always knew ya were no good at what ya did before you knew ya were a star. You wanna busk on the cobblestones of big and little towns. Your bread and cheese becomes a feast when it comes from grateful hands, and you never shied away from working night and day. And you say that you'll be happy as long as you don't starve. You just wanna be a star. A star. And it's not politically astute or particularly smart, but some people will say that they always knew you were no good at what you did before you knew you were a star. You want to find your way to my door. White marble steps, brown wooden face, and big brass handle. And some people will say that they always knew I was no good to who I did before I knew ya. Could almost go without food, and you could almost go without a paycheck. But not having health insurance is a giant liability, as 20 million of us can now agree, and you want to be a star. A star. An old-fashioned star.
How am I doing on time? I have no sense of time or space. I'm just gonna keep going. Perfect. Okay. You guys want to hear a really pretty cover or an original? Both? Okay. I love this song. This is by the Magnetic Fields. I haven't recorded it yet, but they're one of my favorite bands. How do you know what song it is? Oh, okay, because you've come before. Thank you, Elka. Thank you to the audience out there, and to the audience here, and to all the guys in the back of the house, to Davis, to Chris and Duncan and Colin. This is called The Book of Love, and I made up a little Irish jig type introduction to it because why not? The book of love is old and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it is just transcendental. Some of it is just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me and you can sing me anything. The book of love is old and boring and written very long ago. It's full of hearts and unsent emails and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things and you could give me anything. And you could give me anything. You could give me, you could give me, you could give me wedding rings. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to play you one more song. This song is called Talk is Cheap. And if y'all bear with me for a second, I got to do a little special tuning. So I have merch for sale if anybody's interested. I've got t-shirts and CDs and download cards. And you can also find my music on Spotify and Pandora and all that good stuff. Thank you again so much to the beautiful gentlemen of Hanover Strings. I call this shop the heart of Hanover. This song is about sex positivity, which is something I care very much about. I think that, it's a natural thing that those of us who want to enjoy it should enjoy. And but sometimes people make it hard to be sex positive, particularly if you're a femme and queer, like I am. And so this song's kind of like, I just was trying to humor myself and kind of like, Jose Munoz has a theory of disidentification. And that's what I was trying to do with this song. Such a dork. Thank you all again.
Your talk is cheap, but so is mine. I'm fickle and a creep. Don't really care if we speak. Talk is cheap. we dance so neat. I have this thing where I have to move my feet on and off the beat while you stand there awkwardly. And when we do it, it's like we're fighting to hang on to you, even though you don't give a shit about me, do you? You are so hot, top 10 prettiest man I ever got. You are so hot, you crack me up before I even realized those deadpan eyes cracked me up. And when we do it, it's like we're fighting too, and many others have seen you, and that funny face you make before you leave. After you kiss me, it says you ain't gonna miss me. I didn't like you when we first met. You are lacking all the forms of etiquette, but you make up for it with this quality where you don't care how what you say is received. And when we do it, you make me feel so young, like bad decisions needn't always come with things that make you wish you'd never done anything that's any fun.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks again to all the guys in the back making this possible. And thank you all.